Testing. Alright, part 176, carriage by vessel, subpart A. 1, purpose of scope. 2, definition. 3, unacceptable hazardous material shipment. 4, is port security safety regulations. 5, application of vessel. 7, documentation vessel personnel. 9, order to notify COD shipments. 11, exemptions. 13, responsibility compliance training. 15, enforcement. 18, assignment certification. Subpart G, general operating requirements. 24, shipping papers. 27, certificate. 30, dangerous cargo manifest. 31, special permit. 36, prevention and preservation of record. 39, inspection of the cargo. 45, emergency situation. 48, situation requiring report. Package substantive damage and leaking package. 50. 52, rejection shipment in violation. 54, repairs involve the welding, burning, powered actuated tools, and appliances. Part C, general handling storage. 57, supervision and handling storage. 58, preparation of the vessel. 60, no smoking signs. 63, storage locations. 65, alternative storage locations. Storage procedures. 69, general storage requirements for the hazardous materials. 70, storage requirements for the marine pollutions. 72, handling with the pre-bulk horses material. 74, on-deck storage with pre-bulk hazardous material. 76, transportation vehicle with freight containers and portable tank containers hazardous material. 77, storage of the barge contained with the hazardous material on board barge carrying vessels. 78, using power operated industrial trucks on board vessels. Subpart D, general segregation requirements. 880, application. 83, segregation. 84, other requirements for the storage, cargo handling, segregation, cargo vessels and passenger vessels. Subpart E, special requirements for transportation vehicles loaded with the hazardous material transported on board of ferry vessels. 88, applicability. 89, control of transport vehicles. 90, private automobiles. 91, motorboats. 92, cylinders landed in vehicles with 93, vehicles with heavily refrigerating heating equipment. Subpart F, the special requirements of barges. 95, applicability. 96, material for the construction. 97, prohibition of the dump screws. 98, storage of the hazardous material on board barges. 99, permit requirements for certain hazardous. Subpart G, detailing requirements of class 1 explosive material. 100, permit of division 1112 explosive materials. 102, supervisor detail. 704, loading materials, loading and unloading class 1 explosive materials. 108, supervision class 1 explosive materials during loading, unloading, and handling storage. Storage. 112, applicability. 116, general storage condition of the class 1 explosive material. 118, electrical requirements. 120, lightning protection. 122 to 124, reserve. 128 to 136, reserve. 137, the portable magazine. 138, deck storage segregation. 140, segregation other classes of the hazardous material. 142, reserve. 144, segregation class 1 explosive material. 145, segregation of single hold vessels. 146, segregation on hazardous material. There were precautions during loading and unloading. 148, artificial lighting. 150, radar. 154, fueling, bunkering. 156, defective packages. 160, patrolling against weathering. 162, security. 164, fire protection, firefighting. Passenger vessels. 176, 166, transport class 1 explosive materials on passenger vessels. Cargo transport unit shipborne barges. 168, transport class 1 explosive materials and vehicle space. 170, transport class 1 explosive materials and freight containers. 172, structural and serviceability freight containers vehicle carrying class 1 explosive materials on ship. 174, transport the class 1 explosive materials and shipborne barges. Handling class explosive materials in port. 176, signals. 178, mooring lines. 180, watch keep. 182, condition of handling on board shipments. Class 184, class 1 explosive material compatible with Group L. 190, departure vessels. 192, cargo handling equipment for the freight containers carrying cargo class 1 materials. 194, storage of class 1 explosive materials on magazine vessels. Subpart H, detail requirements of class 2 compressed gas materials. 200, general storage requirements. 205, under deck storage requirements. 210, on deck storage requirements. 220, smoking, open flame, positioning, warning signs. 225, storage for the chlorine. 230, storage for the division 2 flammable gas materials. Subpart I, detailed requirements of class 3 flammable combustible liquid materials. 305, general storage requirements. 315, fire protection requirements. 320, for the handle flashlights. 325, smoking, open flame, posting, warning sign. 340, combustible liquid in portable tanks. Subpart J, detailed requirements of class 4 flammable solids. Class 5, oxidized or organic peroxide division 1 materials. 400, stove division 15, class 4 flammable solids. Class 5, oxidized or organic peroxide materials. 405, storage charcoal. 410, division 15, material ammonium nitrate mixtures. 140, 15, permanent requirement for division 15, ammonium nitrate, certain ammonium nitrate fertilizer. Subpart K, Reserve. Subpart L, Detailed Requirements of Division 2, 3, Poisonous Gas Division 6, 1, Poisonous Materials. 600, General Storage Requirements. 605, Care following leakage stating of the Division 2, 3, Poisonous Gas Division 6, 1, Poisonous Material. Subpart M, Detailed Requirements of Radioactive Materials. 700, General Storage Requirements. 704, Requirements of related transportation indices, critical safety indices, segregation distances. 710, careful following leakage stating of the sifting of the radioactive material. 715, continuing examination control. 720, requirements of the INF cargo of the international transportation. Subpart N, detailed requirements of the Class A corrosive materials. 800, general storage requirements. 805, on deck storage. Subpart 0, Subpart O, detailed requirements of the coating. Detailed requirements of cotton, vegetable fibers, motor vehicle, polymeric beads, and plastic molding compounds. 900, packages over the cotton, vegetable fibers for general. 591, storage cotton, vegetable fibers with rosin and pitch. 930, storage cotton, vegetable fibers with coal. 905, storage vehicles. 906, storage engine and machinery. 907, polymeric beads and plastic molding compounds. Subpart A, general. 176 for the purpose of requirements and addition for those contained part 172, 173 for the subject for the preserve of the respect of the transportation has material of the vessel definitions used for this part. Cap line means the V shape of the groove between two abutting parallel horizontal cylinders. Cargo name the fiber wire that used to provide community and loose package cargo to and from the vessel. Cargo transport means the transport vehicle the freight container, the portable single multiple element, the gas container, closed cargo transport unit means the cargo transport unit, the content of the enclosure of the permanent structure, and open cargo transport unit means the cargo transport unit that is not closed with the cargo transport, but the cargo transport unit fabric size of the top is not closed with the cargo transport unit for the purpose of this part. Clear living quarter of the meaning of the hazardous material must be located in the event of the relief of the material leakage if there is not penetrate of the accumulation machinery. Space for the other than work area of the meaning of the inches of the opening over the bulk heads of the ventilation duct. The closed freight container means the freight container with the totally enclosed within concept of the permanently shoved the freight container formally particular with a tarpaulin and plastic sheet with a similar material does not closed within the freight container. Closed cargo transport unit class 1 explosive material. The meaning of the freight with the container transport vehicle with the fully enclosed contents permanently structured that can be structured. Ship structured there are except for the carriage of the division 1 4 explosive the structural serviceability 176 172 portable magazine conforming 176 137 for the considerable of the closed cargo transport. The unit for class 1 small compartment such as the active housing was mass lockers include with cargo transport unit the fabric side with the top of the not include with the cargo transport units. The floor and enclosed cargo transport unit must be either constructed or wood with the closed board with the overhang for the goods and stove with the specific gratings, wood and pallets and dunnage. Commitment CG 522 the U.S. Coast Guard meeting with the Chief of the Operating of the Environmental Stand with the United States of the Coast Guard, Washington, D.C. 20593-001. Compartment meeting with the space of the vessel, the enclosed with the vessel deck inside of the permanent shield of the bulkheads. The CSC safety approval of the plate meeting for the safety approval of the plate with the pending Annex 1 International Convention of the Safety Standards 1 1972 with the conformance specification Title 49 CFR 450-123-45. The plate with the evidence for the freight container was designed constructed and tested under national rules and according U.S. regulations. Title 49 Part 453 plate was found with the door area with the container deck structure, meaning the fire structure, the substantial way the side located with weather deck, vessel, integral deck with the determined included the substructure of the deck housing with the housing bridge structures. Draft means the load of the combination for the load capable of being hoisted out with the amount of the vessel single leg of the dunnage means the lumber not lifted into 25 millimeters commercial thickness equivalent to over the again for the structure for the such things top decks bulkheads frames plating largely the filling the board fitting of the around cargo to prevent the damage during the transportation. Explosive anchorage means the anchorage for the design designated under Title 33 CFR Part 110 Subpart D. Explosive article means the article device that contains one or more of the explosive substance. Individual is explosive substance. And up on 17 with dangerous listed over the against international maritime dangerous good codes. Explosive handling facility means with the designated water facility designated within Title 33 Part 126 for the loading, handling, and unloading Class 1 explosive material. Facility for loading, unloading, handling material Class 1 explosive material with the operative with the control of the agent for the Department of Defense. Explosive substance means solid liquid material with the mixture of the material with the self capable of the chemical reaction to produce the gas with the surface, the temperature, pressure, and such for the speed as cover the damage for the surrounding individual explosive the substance identified with the columns of the team with the dangerous code list in the International Maritime Dangerous Code. Handling means the operative for the loading, unloading vessel transport within the vessel lane with the ancillary operation hold me with the compartment below the deck with the UV exclusively for the cargo carriage the cargo in containers of the or the like, means that any clear substantial weatherproof box the subject for the beneath support vessel structure including the portable magazine with the cargo transport unit, wherever the stores and specifications over the deck houses a mass for the lockers oversight of the weatherproof of the package if the overpack is acceptable impact compatible material with the two material which over together may result in undue hazard in case of the leakage as well as other accidents. INF is cargo with the pack with the irradiated nuclear fuel, plutonium, high level radioactive waste of these terms that define the international code of the safety carriage package. Irradiated nuclear fuel with plutonium, high level radioactive waste aboard ships. The irradiated national nuclear fuel with containment in the international maritime dangerous good codes. Landing map means of the shock absorbing them have the used in class 1 explosive materials or vessels, machine space for the category A, those space for the trunk sets for the spaces which contain internal combustion machinery, the main propulsion internal combustion machinery for the purpose of the main propulsion for the machinery with the whole output not less than 375 kilowatts. Any oil fire boiler fuel unit magazine means any enclosure designed to protect a certain good class 1 explosive material for the damage of the cargo to diverse weather conditions during loading, unloading with in transit, prevent unauthorized structure. Magazine may be fixed structure with a compartment name of the vessel for the clothes rate contained with the clothes transport vehicle for the portable magazine may be positioned in part with the ship with the conform with the relevant provision of the class 1 explosive material for the name of the subpart of the part provided with the magazine which are fixed. Structures are side with at their doors where fitted with the easily accessible. Maximum of the master of the vessel, even the part that include the person with the charge of the unmanned vessel and barge, open freight container, meaning with the freight with the container that does not totally encode the should contain the permanent structure overstow the meaning of the package with the container that is located directly on top of the and other over the regard of the class 1 storage for the such good within itself will be stacked to a safe level, but other goods should not be stored directly on top of them. Pallet means the portable platforms for storage handling moving over the cargo. Palletation the meaning of the package the unpackaged object with the pallet of the bag and is secure for the pallet of the bale frame with the plastic strap for the purpose of the handling signal unit. Pipe plate with me with the round oval hexagonal plate with the outside board with in conjunction with the cargo net to handle the loose cargo on the board vessel. Portable magazine being the strong clove with perforated seal with the wood and the clove with locks and contained with other than freight container design used with a handle of class 1 explosive material either by hand or mechanical means. Alright, potential possible source of ignition it is not limited to open part of the machinery exhaust the alley and takes electrical out with electrical wood included those of the refrigerated heat cargo to transport and left the air type of design operate as it is environment protect the source of the heat the package with the cargo transport must be at least 2.4 meters. Heat ship structure the surface temperature for the reliable 131 degrees Fahrenheit accessible. Example the heat structure there steam pipe with the heating coil for the side or top of the sidewalls heated fuel for the cargo tanks bulkhead of the machinery spaces. In addition with the package is not loaded inside of the cargo tank with the stove of the deck with the must be shipped with the direct sunlight. The surface of the cargo transport and even the air that can heat rapidly direct sunlight is nearly windless. The condition of the cargo may also be heated depending on the nature of the good of the cargo transport unit paid. Planned voyage and precautions must be taken to ensure the exposure to direct sunlight is reduced. Or readily be combustible material that may not be classified with the hazardous material which easily ignited and supports combustion. Example readily combustible materials include wood, paper, straw, vegetable dye with products from which less material, the cold, lubricant, and oil. Definition does not apply to packaged material tonnage. Responsible person means the person empowered with the match of the vessel to specify ultimate issue the relating his or her specific task having the necessity and necessary knowledge and experience for that purpose. The safe working load means the maximum gross weight with the cargo handling, including the proof of the lift. The skilled person means the person having the knowledge and experience to perform a certain duty. Skipboard means the square, the rectangular pallet without the shoulders, the utility with the conjunction with the cargo to handle loose cargo of the board vessel. A supply ship is 172, 176, 172. The part means the repair of the freight container main structural member, replace the material other than complete replacement of the member. Trace may means the type of the pallet with the construct with a specific dimension handling with a particular load. 176.3. The unacceptable has material of shipment. The carrier may not transfer the vessel the shipment that have the material that was not prepared for the transport and quantity part 172. 173 subchapter authorized subpart C part 171 for the subchapter carrier may not retransport the vessel explosive and combustion prescribed 173.54 of the chapter. 176.4 for the port security and safety regulation. Carry master agent in the charge of the vessel, all other person engaged in handling the hazard of the board vessel shall comply with the applicable provision 33 Title CFR Part 6, 109, 110, 125, 126, 160 Division 1, 2, 1 and 1 and 1, 2 explosive materials may only be loaded on and unloaded from a vessel if it's only particular head that's defined in Title 33, 126.05B. And explosives lift within Title 33 CFR 110, the facility operated with the control of the Department of Defense for the concurrent of the COTP Division 1212 with the X-12 administratively loaded on or unloaded with the vessel located in acceptable to the COTP. 1165, the applicable vessel, application of the vessel. Chapter 5, break up the B with the sector of the subchapter. Apply with the domestic performance vessel with the navigable water of the United States, regardless of the character of the ton side of the surface, whether self or not, or even departing under way of the motor anchor of the ground. When the public vessel not engaged with the commercial service of the vessel constructed in favor of the principal power, was carrying flammable vessel liquid cargo and built into the open tank when only with the carrying the liquid cargo with the vessel with the 15 grows down with the small, when not engaged in the current carrying passenger with the higher vessel, even exclusively with the pleasure of the vessel with the 500 grows down with the smaller, when engaged with the fisheries, the tug of the towing vessel, when the towing of another vessel having class 1 explosive materials, class 3 flammable liquids, division 2 flammable materials, in which the case of its own operative, the tug of the towing vessel shall make the provisions of the guard against the extinguishing the fire with the if the Coast Guard may prescribe. Cable vessels, dredges, elevator vessel, fireboat, icebreaker, pile drive the pilot boat with welding vessel, solid salvage vessel, wrecking vessel, foreign vessels, transmitting tutorial sea with the United States without entering the internal water of the United States with all hazardous material being carried out on the board of the being according to the requirements of the IB and International Maritime Dangerous Goods Code. Reserved except for the transportation bulk packaging in Design 171A with the bulk carriage of the hazardous material of the by water of the government, governed by Title 49 CFR Chapter 1 and Subchapter 15 and I of the N and O 176 the documentation vessel presently each operation operated with the personnel of the Asian person in charge of the character must ensure the visual personnel were tied to have the license certificate, registered merchant marine document the Title 49 CFR Part 10 and 12 of the possessed limit license certificate. The document is appropriate. 17669 ordering notifies COD per shipment. They carried now transport the Division 1112 as well for the material. The detentor is busted for the detentor, which are consigned by the order notified by the COD except for the bill of the landing of the place outside the unit United States with the shipper with himself and left his resident representative is received the shipment. They have the port of discharge exemption has the material made for offer except for the transport vessel in conformance with the International Maritime Good Code, subject to the condition limitations set forth in C in Part 171, subchapter the requirements of the 176 83 84 and 176 112 and 174 through 174 are not applicable to shipping the Class 1 material explosive material made in accordance with the International Maritime Good Code as the material would conform to the provisions of Paragraph A with the non-subject with the requirements specified in the 172.201B with the subject of the emergency of the return telephone number of the transportation that has material originated determines outside the United States has material is not offloaded with the vessel offload between the ocean vessel for the U.S. port facility without being transported on the public highway. Canadian ship of the package for the transport of the vessel and transport in accordance with the subchapter B and C of the Part 171 subject of the subchapter requirements of the subchapter governing the transportation combustible liquid does not apply with the transportation combustible liquid due to the non-bulk definition 171D of subchapter packages on the vessel. Transport vehicle that has material within accordance with the specification, the requirements of the subchapter they applicable to some of the vehicles to transport and board ferrying vessel. The car flow subject to the applying of the requirements specified in 176-100. Some part E of this part has the material that classified in the class and served with the ORMD with the not subject to the requirements of this part unless they are offered to the transportation of hazardous waste. Paragraph A of the section does not apply with the hazardous material including certain hazardous waste. The hazardous substance defined in 171A of the subchapter were not subject to the requirements of the International Maritime Good Dangerous Good Code. The requirements of the subchapter does not apply with the atmospheric gathered with the refrigeration system. 176-13 responsibility of the compliance with the training unless the subchapter specifically provided with another person shall perform the particular duty. Each of the carriers shall perform the duty specified with the applicable requirements of this power shall ensure that it has been employed with the receipt of the training in relation to the carrier may not transport the hazardous material of the vessel, and each of the hazardous employed involved with the transportation training with the requirements of Subpart H, Subpart 172 with the subchapter record training required with 172-704 with the subchapter for the crew. The hazardous employed the subject of the training requirements for the subchapter must keep the board vessel while the crew member is in service on the board vessel. 176-15 enforcement. Enforcement of the all enforcement with the Coast Guard may any time with the enclave with the jurisdiction of the United States board any vessel for the purpose of enforcement of the subchapter inspect any of the shipment that has material that is defined in subchapter and B is reserved. 176-18 the assignment of the certification National Cargo Bureau with incorporated authorized to ship the Coast Guard with the administrator of the subchapter the respect of the filing inspection vessel for the suitability loading hazard material examination over the hazard material making the recommendation for the towage requirement of the hazard material cargo issue certification loading and settling for the towage for the hires material of the cargo in accordance with the requirements for the subchapter certificate loading and issue for the National Cargo Bureau Incorporated with the except for the Coast Guard as primary fiscal evidence that the cargo is stowed in conformity with the requirements of the subchapter.